everybody. Apparently it doesn't like, let's see, staying? Maybe I won't move it. Had to close that back there. It makes it kind of dark in here, but otherwise I can get blinds, you guys. So, I'm going to start off by, this is not what my whole live is about, but I'm going to do my makeup because I am going to do some impromptu Mother's Day pictures with my kids today. I bought them Easter outfits and we ended up not wearing them. So I'm actually going to take my kids in their Easter outfits and we're all going to go get Mother's Day photos, which makes me super happy. But for all of you out there who, I don't know if you guys have ever seen my eyelashes. I should do like a before and after photo. My eyelashes don't look real. And I'm going to tell you why they don't. So, this is the like barrage of stuff that I use to make my eyelashes look amazing. Sorry about these random weird lights. So, I always use different mascaras. Like some of you only use one. So like I use a lengthener, like it's white. And so it kind of like lengthens them and makes them look really good. And then I use multiple different brush types of mascara. So like one of the brush kind of fans them all out so they're equal. Some make them longer, some make them fuller. And I do not use any waterproof mascara because it pulls my eyelashes out, so I don't use those. But in case you guys are ever wondering, because I know that girls get fake eyelashes all of the time, and a lot of times it kind of ruins your eyelashes underneath. So, in case you guys ever wanted to know that, that is why my eyelashes always look bomb, is because I use multiple different things. So, I am going to start my makeup process here while you guys hang out with me, and I am going to talk to you a little bit about being resilient in business because, and this translates into life. So, I think last time we may have had a little bit of a conversation that kind of stems off of this when I was getting ready the last time. But what happens is that so many people let life and adversity and change and challenges just kind of cripple them. And we have to make sure that obviously things happen in life that are hard. Things happen in business that are hard. But we have to keep moving and figuring out how to grow through the struggles. Let's see if my kids come over here and bug me. I told them I was locking them out so I could do a live and get ready. But a lot of people, I just noticed, are not very resilient, right? I was just listening to like my favorite business person. If you guys do not follow her and you are in business or even just life, she's freaking amazing. Her name is Layla Hermosi. I love her so much. Her husband's also a businessman too. I really want to take a workshop of theirs in Vegas. That's where their company is, and go and take a workshop with them for business because I think that it would help my business and help me learn a lot. I wanted to go like as soon as possible, but I realized that I don't want to go to Vegas in the summer. So scratch that. We're going to do that in the fall when it's like blizzarding here, so I can go do that. But we really have to be resilient in life and in business and not let things just cripple us. And a lot of people don't do well with change, and it's really just the unknown and the uncertainty. And I think that's what has so many of you just sitting back watching me instead of changing your lives, is because you're terrified of change. What I really like about the change where this was concerned is that it's all within my control. I'm choosing the change, I'm controlling the change. And in most cases, we actually don't have a lot of control in life, like really at all. You know, we have some things that we can control, but the majority of it is really outside of our control. So with this, you are in control. You're really as successful as you're willing to get uncomfortable and learn new things. Learn new things. Sorry, I'm still like battling this dang cold. When you are doing new things, it can be scary because you're not good at them at first. And I think so many people are afraid of what it will look like if they aren't good at something. Who cares? You guys never will get good at anything if you don't start and do it, you know? Like, even for me, I hadn't played basketball in a really long time. And every time I haven't played in a long time and I go back, it's like embarrassing because I'm terrible, right? It's absolutely terrible. But I'm willing to go look dumb for a little bit till I kind of get back in the groove of things. Because I'd much rather be in there playing and doing something I love, or, you know, in business case, like something that could change my whole entire life, than sitting back on the sidelines, not even getting in the game. You guys have heard that, don't let the fear of striking out keep you from playing the game. Well, so many of you are so afraid of failing, so afraid of change, that you guys are just sitting back doing nothing, even though you're unhappy in your lives. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. Like, 0 sense whatsoever. I've never really been that type. I've always been doing something to grow and learn. For the majority of my whole life, I always had my constant, like, regular job, and then I had other outside jobs outside of that. Because I wanted to be learning and growing, and also I needed money. But I always picked things that were different from what I was doing in my regular full-time job. Because I wanted to do something that was going to help me learn and grow. And holy cow, did it. It led me to so many different paths and so many different things because I was willing to get uncomfortable and do something I didn't know how to do. So many people don't want to do things they don't know how to do because they're afraid of looking silly. And I'm telling you that all of the 1%, all of the people that make a lot of money, were unafraid of doing something that would make them look silly. And most people did not believe in them. Elon Musk and Tesla and things like that. Like, those are big examples. People are like, that's insane. That's not going to work. This isn't going to work, you know. Even freaking Zuckerberg with Facebook, guys. Like, sitting in his college dorm room talking about this idea with 2 of his friends, and now, you know, they're billionaires. Those are the type of friends you need to have, too, by the way. You need to have friends that are sitting back talking about ideas and things like that. Not people, not gossip, not drama, ideas. Because that's how you get ahead. And when you put yourself in rooms with those types of people, which is why I am super excited for, like, workshops and growth, and why my friends, like, in my business, I just adore them, because we're always looking for ways to grow us and then grow our people. That is what you want to do. And I will tell you, I didn't really exactly know that's what I should be doing, right? Because we're just taught to go to college, get the job, punch the time clock, someday retire, probably miss everybody's lives while we're doing it. Daycare can raise our kids, and nobody bats an eye. Nobody bats an eye. They're just like, this is the way it's supposed to be. This is a societal norm. This is what we're going to do. Guys, the societal norm sucks. You won't even probably be able to retire until you're 70, unless you're making investments in other places, which is also a good idea to do. But here, I can create generational wealth for my children. So not only am I taken care of when I want to retire, whenever, but my children will be. My daughter wants to be a veterinarian. So did I when I was that age, which is pretty precious. But how the heck? I don't want her to go and get $100,000 worth of student loans. I was actually a vet tech for a few years, and it was one of my favorite jobs I ever did. But the vets, when they came out of school, had like $100,000 or more in student loans. That's like a house in loans. But my kids won't have that, because if they want to go to college, I'm going to pay for it. And I'm not just going to hand them things, but I don't want them starting out their life in debt like they've been taught to do. Like they would be taught in public schools, like they would be taught by the government, because that's how we are easily controlled, which is a whole nother rabbit hole. Don't come at me. But anyway, what I want you guys to know is that sitting back in fear of change, or fear of looking silly, or fear of the unknown is not going to get you where you want to go. It's just not. And I worked in law enforcement for 17 years. And I loved it for the most part until I had kids. And then I was like, oh my gosh, shift work may slowly kill me. And then I, started looking into other things. And I started being adaptable because my children needed me. And this has been the best thing that I ever did, jumping into this business, because now I get to be here for my kids every single freaking day. Every day I'm here with them. And I did not have that luxury before. My relationship with my kids was completely different before, because I barely saw them. And when I did see them, it was just to rush them to the next thing so that I could go to work all over again the next day. We didn't go on adventures very much. We didn't do fun things as often because I'll tell you flat out, I was exhausted. Now, I actually have that energy and that capacity to freaking be fun. Are you a mom sitting back feeling like you're not very fun because you're exhausted all of the freaking time? You need to message me. Like I said, and I do work with women who are not mothers. I do work with men, but my favorite are moms because moms get the stuff done. You're already balancing a billion things. What if I told you you could just put one more thing on your plate and it could take off so many of those other things that you're stressed about? For me, it took off my full-time job. Got rid of it. When you're making annual salaries monthly, you get to start to have some choices. You get to start to do some different things. So you guys can't be scared of change or looking silly or any of those things. What you need to be asking yourself is, if money was no option, like no problem, like you had all of the money you could ever want, what would your life look like and what would you be doing differently? Would you still be going to the same job? Would you still be doing the exact same things? Or would you be traveling more, or spending time with your kids? Or think of what would change if money was not an issue. Because for me, money was a huge issue and I was just working my life away. Now I work maybe a couple hours a day. I spend time with my kids. I take them to do fun things. I get to have time for me because I don't feel guilty for having me time because I actually spend time with my kids. Before, I never spent time with my kids. So then I just, poured from an empty cup all of the time and never did anything good for myself. So for those of you busy, burnt out working moms out there, get a hold of me. We have a webinar going on Monday night. Myself and my good friend Sarah and business partner are going to be breaking down the business for you guys. And I would absolutely love to show you what it is that we're doing. She is somebody who I've met through this business who has become one of my closest friends, which is just magical. God just puts people on our paths like that we didn't even know that we needed. I'm actually going to head back in June and see her. But we're just moms. We're just small town girls making a big impact in people's lives. Message me or drop me a hashtag register in the comments and I'll get you registered. It's free. You just come and you listen to the information, and I will tell you, when you sit in a room with people who have completely different ideas that you didn't even realize existed, your mind expands. Your world expands, because I didn't know anything like this existed either. So go ahead, get a hold of me. I hope you guys are having a wonderful solution Saturday. I just gave you a solution to most people's problems here because it solved basically all of mine. And we'll be talking with you guys soon. Have a wonderful weekend.